we're finally doing the ETBs, and after weighing each of them, I already found something that's pretty interesting. So there are 4 ETBs, and each of them weighed something, slightly different. But in general, they weighed around 673 grams with the wrapper, and then 670 grams without the wrapper, except for one. One was actually 679 grams with the wrapper, and then 676.5 grams without. So that is definitely a difference from the other 3. But what is more interesting than that is that we actually found a different pack range thanks to 2 of these ETBs. So 2 of them ended up having packs that hit the range that we've already seen, 0.6s and 0.7s. And that is these 2 ETBs right here. However, the last 2 ETBs, including the really heavy ETB, had a range of 0.5 to low to mid-range 0.6. So none of them hit 0.7. In fact, we found probably the lightest Phantasmal Flames pack that we have seen so far, 22.49. And also the heaviest ETB produced the lightest packs, are probably maybe on average the lightest packs. So yeah, don't know what to expect, but that's kind of cool that it looks like we found a different range to explore. So I guess we'll just add to the data. Anyhow, I'm going to start with the ETB that was lightest, and I'm going to stick its label over here. And here are its packs. 22.64 is the lightest, and the heaviest is 22.71. So this is right in that range that we've already been experiencing with all the other products, from booster box to sleeves to whatever else we did. Bundles? Yeah. Alright, let's start with 22.64. I'm trying my new ripping method here so that the cards actually face forward, and it's actually working. Nothing. Oh yeah, the other thing I'm looking for is a reverse hollow Duraludon, because if I can find that, then I can complete my reverse hollow set. That would be great. 22.65. Okay, let's see. We've actually find something nice. I don't know if we found anything good in general. 22.65. I mean, we've found a low punny SIR, but yeah, I don't think anyone really likes low punny. Nothing so far. 22.66. Whoa, that was unexpected. Ooh, little aggressive there. Calm down. Alright, let's see what's in here. Nothing so far. 22.66. Typically ETBs guarantee something. So where is that something? Still nothing. 22.67. Wow, nothing? This is terrible. We only have 3 packs left. 22.68. So sad, so sad. Oh, I mean, there's a base. Not exactly the hit you're looking for. And then 22.68. Unless these hits, okay, Paldean Whooper. Unless these hits can actually be predicted. This is interesting. 22.71. Anything here? Wow, this was a terrible box. Only 2 hits here. That was bad. Like, did I miss anything? I don't think I did. Yeah, some ETBs are just awful. So, sorry if you guys get those kinds of ETBs. I know the feeling. Now we're going to the next lightest box, or I guess the next heaviest box, which is this range here. Starting with 22.66, and the heaviest is 22.80 over here. Alright, 22.66. Will this get any better, or will this get worse? I hope it gets better, but I don't know. Phantasmal Flames hasn't been particularly friendly towards us. 22.67. Or at least friendly towards me. It's probably been really friendly to you guys. At least I hope it has been. Alright, I had to flip. Well, we got a base. Mega Charizard. You know, I think out of all the bases that I've gotten, Mega Charizard has been the most by far. The irony of that is deafening. Alright, 22.67. Nothing particularly great so far. Oh, Oricorio base. Okay. Okay, 22.69. Oh, ignition energy? Haha. Okay, I already got this, and this is still probably the coolest energy that I have seen. Yeah, this is it's really intense. Alright, now we're on 22.72. Still no particularly big fat hit. Where are the Zards? Whooper! Again? I think I've just about had enough of this guy. Stop showing up. I really shouldn't complain because this is by far better than the first box. But still, can't we have a little variation, please? Okay, 22.72 again. Nothing. 22.73. That was the clumsiest rip that I've ever done. There's shreds of wrapping everywhere. Nothing there. 22.78. Maybe from the top down. There. That's a little cleaner, I hope. And nothing there. And the final one, 22.80. That was better. Top down. Oh, there's a base. Really? Oricorio! Gosh, there really is no variation in these boxes. Boo. Granted, this is a better showing than the first, but double bases? The same one. This is terrible in its own right. Now we get to do the more exciting stuff, at least maybe more exciting stuff. We're at this range here, box-wise, and we are doing some pretty light packs in comparison, and I can tell that this is a different manufacturer, most likely, because of the way it's wrapped. This is really tight. These wrappers here are much more snug compared to those other packs that we just opened. That was in the 0.6, 0.7 range. So this 0.49, to mid-range 0.6 is very likely from a different manufacturer. And it's so tight, I can actually feel the edges of the cards right here. So this is different. This will be interesting. All right, really light pack, 22.49. Nothing. Maybe you shouldn't be surprised. It's a really light pack. 22.54. Nothing. 22.57. Okay. I have to flip. Duraludon! Zacian! At least something different. Duraludon! Yeah! I can complete my reverse holo set. Yeah! Oh, I'm happy. I'm gonna keep that there. And Zacian. We got Zacian there. Okay, I don't even remember where I put my reverse holo stack. Oh, I think I moved it out. Man, I just had to move it out. Yeah, I moved it out. Boo! I have to get it back in and then I can put it together. Okay, 22.57 again. Well, I so bad at ripping right now. Oh, Rotom? How do you say it? Rotom. Full art. Okay, 22.59. Something fun. Nope, nothing fun. 22.62. Nothing. 22.63. Nothing there. And 22.65. Aw, no! What is this? The Oricorio party. I think I got an Oricorio set. This is Oricorio army time. It's just like the Jellicents, if you guys remember from a long time ago. Now Oricorio. Boo. 22.67. Base. In the back. Oh, Mega Heracross. Wait. I think I needed this to complete another set, right? Oh. I think that was the case. Okay, hold on. Where's my stuff? I think I moved it out. Did I move that out too? What am I doing? Nope. Here we go. I brought the box back. I made a note. I need a Mega Heracross. So it should be 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I kind of restarted the stack. Now 10! Yay. Now I can complete another base set without reverse holos. And then one I can complete with reverse holos. That's awesome. If I can't get something really cool, I guess I might as well take that win. And here's my reverse holo. I got it. I need a Duraludon reverse holo. Let me just find the place. Bronzor, Bronzong. Here we go. Archaludon, Duraludon. Yay. This is awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Well, that was that. One more box to go. Will it get any better? I always say that because I need comfort and reassurance. So here is the final box. It's this. Wait. We'll see if it gets any better. Wait, I just said that. Starting with 22.55. Come on, something special, please. 22.56. Nothing. 22.58. Yeah, also I should say the wrappers on this also is different from that 0.6, 0.7 range that we had. Okay. Empoleon base. Okay, 22.60. Oh, terrible. Mega Gengar base. 22.60. Nothing. 22.62. Nothing there. 22.62. Archaludon, Toxtricity. There really is no variation. We just keep getting, like, literally the same IRs all the time. What happened to Wigglytuff and Flygon? 22.62. Nothing. And the final one, 22.64, which I believe will conclude Phantasmal Flames. And pretty sure there is nothing in this one. At least nothing particularly exciting. Nope. Nothing at all. Wow. I got to say, Phantasmal Flames has been a very dismal set. Definitely a bit of a waste in my opinion. And especially, like I mentioned, the Curse of Charizard, where Charizard ends up being like the only valuable thing for the most part. And everything else is like an add-on. Very disappointed. Never touching Phantasmal Flames again. Alright, let me put all of the data together and then get right back to you guys. This is definitely a long time coming, but finally we have all of the Phantasmal Flame data all in one chart. Now overall it looks like you could actually get a hit across the board for the most part, except for this low range here at 22.54 and 55, as well as 59. Yeah, those three don't look very good. And of course our very, very light pack 22.49. That was from our ETB. We only had one, but kind of doubtful that you're going to find anything, to be honest. And it kind of looks like the chances of you getting a hit undulates somewhat. Up a little, then down a little, then up a little, down a little, and then all the way up, and then kind of down-ish and up-ish all the way till the end. Now some really good weights that this chart seems to show is 22.67, where the hits outnumber the no-hits, and there are actually several ties as well. 0.72 here, 0.75, 0.76, 0.68. That's pretty much it. And as for some guaranteed hit ranges, looks like 0.79 maybe. 1 is really not a very good sample size, so maybe this. 0.8 so far, 3 out of 3. Not too bad. And then you have ranges where the likelihood of getting a hit is slim to none, like 0.71. This is sad. Same thing with 0.74 here, which is 1 out of 5. And then other 1 out of 5 weights, 0.63 and 0.64. But it looks like in general your hits will most likely occur here and then a little bit here. So this range is what, 0.65 to 0.7? Kind of like that. And then our 0.72, 0.73, something like that. Because this is just an interesting chart. I don't think we've quite seen this before. Where there's like a, I don't know, how would you call it? Where the hits kind of curve like this. And then the no hits kind of curve the other way, like that. It's like a inverse of one another. And it just seems to gradually go up and gradually go down or gradually go down and gradually go up, that kind of correlation. And then it's like it comes to a head over here. That's just an interesting pattern. I don't know if it means anything, but as a picture, it's interesting. Now let's examine each of the Phantasmal Flames products individually. This chart is the booster box one, 2 booster boxes, if you remember. And again, we kind of see this undulating pattern, which is really interesting to see, where the hits kind of go up, down, up, down, up, down, like a wave. Combining the 2 booster boxes together, it looks like it starts at 0.66, and then it just keeps going on from there. We didn't get anything in 0.65, 64, and 61. And then after 0.66, the hits kind of increase a little bit. Of course, our no hits as well increase. And then at 0.71, the number of hits drop. And then we hit 0.72, kind of goes back up. And then onward, 0.73 goes back down. And then 0.76 back up. And then 0.77 onward, it kind of stays the same. I don't know, this is weird. This is a very wonky chart, but that's what we happen to find. The one thing to remember, which I had mentioned during the booster box video, is that even though the 0.7s up here tend to look really good in terms of the rate of hits that you get versus no hit packs, pretty much what we saw was a lot of the hits were bases. So again, if you want bases, you want to complete your bases, you go for those packs. But a lot of the IRs and full arts tend to occur in the lighter packs. Yeah, 0.68 wasn't too bad. We had a tie over there. And then 0.75 kind of outnumbered the no-hit packs, sort of. And then 6.9, 7.2, and 7.3 and 7.6, those weren't bad ranges either. Oh yeah, 0.67 also outnumbered the no hits. Now I'm going to go to the sleeves. So yeah, that's the sleeves in a nutshell. They're really scattered. I don't know what this looks like. It looks like teeth with missing teeth. Well, we did find some no-hit areas so far. Here's our 0.63, and then 0.59, there's only 1, so that's not really good. 0.55, also only 1, and then 0.54, we had 2, which was no hit. Then even in the upper ranges, we had some no-hit areas like 0.71, 0.7, and 0.68. Oh, even 0.77 and 0.85. And then we had some hit ranges, like 0.66 I think was the star of this entire area. 3 packs out of 3 were hits. And then we got some ties, 0.72 and 0.73. And then 0.58, I mean, you get 2 out of 5 packs. I guess that's not too bad. It's not a 50-50 exactly, but certainly better than getting nothing. And then the 0.65 range, this was 2 out of 6, so that is a 1/3 chance, which also isn't that bad, I guess. Well, 0.67 in this case would be a little better, 2 out of 5. Slightly better than 1/3. Yeah. This is just scattered. The sleeves, I don't know if I would ever do sleeves again. It's just so disorganized. Okay, the next one is the booster bundle. And yeah, we don't really get anything really. It just adds to the rest of the chart. Can't really say anything about booster bundles themselves, except that maybe, just maybe, the heavier the booster bundle, the more hits there are. I don't know. I only did 2 booster bundles, so that is not a good sampling. But now here are the ETBs, 4 ETBs, and we had some terrible ETBs among them. But here is what they are. As I had mentioned in the video, there may have been a pattern of getting no hits in the 0.5 ranges. Well, technically that is true, even though you see hits here in the 0.5s. The reason that is because of those last 2 ETBs where the weight ranges were lower. So of course, in those ranges, if the weight range is low, then you're likely going to get hits in the lighter packs, but that's just because it makes sense in the range that they were. So we can't say that universally all light packs will not get you anything. Nope, it depends on the weight range that you find in your Pokemon product. Now, overall, it looks like there's this gap here, 0.63, 0.64, where we didn't really find anything. 0.662, 3 out of 3 packs were no hits. 0.68 was looking good. 0.67 as well outnumbered the no hits. And then 0.73, 0.78, nothing. 0.8 we did get something. 0.69 we had something. Granted, it's only 1 pack that we got. That was 0.69. So not very many patterns that we can discern from the ETBs alone here, except for watch out for the weight ranges that you get, because certain weight ranges might guarantee no hits below a certain weight. At least that's what it looks like. And then again, combining it all together, this is what we get. So yeah, a lot of hits in this center area, probably a lot of hits on average here, as well as a little bit here in 0.72, 0.73, and then anything above that, most of the time, or maybe all of the time, it was bases. So even though it looks very blue here in the high 0.7s, that was bases. And then everything that you typically would value over here in the middle, right here. And then, of course, a little bit below too. But just watch out for the ranges where you will more likely encounter a no-hit pack than not. That'd be 0.63, 64, 65, and probably 66, but I wouldn't discount that because that was where we found our SIR. The bunny. Ugh. Oh well, at least we found one SIR, right? Okay, so I think that concludes Phantasmal Flames. I don't know if I would do it again. We will see because there are always going to be new sets in the future. Looking forward to Mega Dream. That is coming up soon. So be sure to see that one.